to my Thursday video. Yes. Today I'm going to be doing the Jaclyn Hill Ride or Die challenge. So yeah, let's get straight into it because there's a lot of stuff to go through. So the idea in this challenge is to pick your Ride or Die products from each one of a whole list of categories. So if you had to pick like one blush, for example, that you are only allowed to use that one for the rest of your life, like which one would it be? So it's difficult, especially when you're a total makeup junkie like myself. So yeah, I spent quite a bit of time going through these. Some were really easy and I was just like, yep, that one, piece of cake. Others I had to really kind of ponder over, so yeah. Yeah, no, come back. So the first three on the list are primer, foundation, and concealer. My picks are, first up, the Maybelline Baby Skin, I think it's called the Fatigue Blur primer, this one here. As I've said many times, mine's not in English because I got it on eBay. But yeah, this stuff is gorgeous. It comes in two shades. This one's Cool Rose because I have more cool undertones in my skin. If you have warm undertones, then you'd want to go for the one I think called Warm Apricot. Yeah, it's just so light and comfortable and hydrating on your skin, and it really does sort of illuminate your complexion without adding any kind of shimmer. So yeah, I really like that about this one. You can definitely use it if you have enlarged pores or anything like that and you're worried about applying shimmery products. Yeah, this illuminates without any shimmer at all and it does a beautiful job, so yeah, definitely my ride or die. Foundation, definitely my Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup Foundation. That's a really long name. Usually I just call it the Naked Skin. But yeah, it's this one here. And I use the palest shade that they do, which is 0.5. It's probably slightly darker than my skin tone, but not enough that it's a problem for me to wear it. Like, it's not noticeable when I do wear it. I just prefer it if there was a lighter shade. But honestly, in terms of the formula, this stuff is amazing. Like, pretty much anyone can wear it and make it work for them, you know. Obviously depending on what other products you use, you know, whether you use like a mattifying primer, for example, or, you know, a hydrating primer, that kind of thing. It's just so versatile and it works well with every other product that I've used with it as well. So like any concealer that I've used it with, any primer that I've used it with, this always looks amazing. I just cannot rave enough about this stuff. If you're someone who has a lot of trouble finding a foundation that works for you, I definitely recommend picking up a sample of this stuff and giving it a go, because yeah, that's what I did and it worked gloriously for me. Concealer is of course the Bobbi Brown Retouching Face Pencil in Porcelain, this little one here. And yeah, it's sort of, this completely changed my perception of crayon concealers. You know, I've got a few on my watch list on eBay at the moment that I'd like to try out. I think L'Oreal has one, you know, there are a few other brands that have crayon concealers that might work for me. You know, like they're called things like hydrating and that sort of thing, so I'm willing to give them a go. But that's only because this one worked out so brilliantly for me. Like, yeah, this really took me by surprise, you know. I bought it just to try and to review for my channel. And, you know, of course I was interested in it anyway because the reviews to that point were so good. I did not expect it to become my holy grail concealing product. Like, this stuff is excellent for under the eyes and anywhere else that you need to conceal anything. It's very well pigmented, you know, it's gonna cover anything you need to cover, like really. And it has a really nice creamy texture that is great for covering blemishes, but also can be blended out well enough to work under your eyes or anywhere else. So these are great for highlighting and contouring as well. So yeah, it's just so good. So my favorite face powder, and I think this is supposed to be like either setting powder or powder foundation, depending on which one you use on a day-to-day basis. Mine is hands down the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten foundation with SPF 15. Mine's in the shade Porcelain. This is what the packaging looks like. Obviously the label's worn off on mine because I mean, I've used this to death. It's just, oh, there's nothing like it. There really isn't. I mean, it feels hydrating and moisturizing on your skin. Like, how can a powder do that? You know, it blows my mind. So yeah, for anyone with dry skin, check this stuff out. definitely. However, my favorite under eye setting powder has got to be the RCMA No Color Powder, this one here. I've never come across anything so finely milled. It's amazing for baking, like better than anything else I've ever used for baking. This totally wins in that sense. I almost said takes the cake, but no, that's a bad pun, bad key. For anyone in Australia who's having trouble getting hold of this stuff, I got mine from adorebeauty.com.au and I believe it was about $25. And they do free shipping Australia-wide on all orders. So yeah, I was so chuffed to get hold of this finally, and even more chuffed when it absolutely lived up to the hype for me. So yeah, definitely my desert island, you know, face setting powder. I would even forego my Laura Geller in favor of this one if I had to choose one or the other, just because I can use this over any foundation and, you know, any of my foundations that I regularly use that work for my skin, and it always looks fantastic. It never looks super powdery, you know. Obviously you can overdo it with any powder, but when you use it, you know, appropriately, I guess, for your skin, you know, whether you have oily skin, dry skin, whatever, it's always gonna look perfect. So yeah. In terms of blush, this is one that just keeps coming back for me, and it was actually really hard for me to choose just one blush because I have so many favorites, you know, like any of the blushes from my Benefit palette. What's it called again? Cheekadon, that's the one, yeah. The Benefit Cheekadon palette. Any of the blushes from that, I love them all. Too Faced and The Balm do fantastic blushes as well. I'm a big fan of theirs. But yeah, this one just, like I said, it keeps coming back into favor with me. You know, it's one that I keep rediscovering, and every time I'm like, why did I stop using this? And it is, of course, one that you guys have heard a lot about from me recently, the Clinique Cheek Pop Blush in 13 Rosy Pop. And this is what it looks like in the pan, and it's so pretty. Gah. And it goes on like so sheer without any fussing around with it, you know, like I'm wearing it today, so it really can be sheared out very, very easily. You know, if you swipe it with your finger, it comes off very pigmented. Like, if I show you guys here, like one swipe across, and it's pretty bold. Bad lighting, sorry guys. But yeah, you can see how pigmented that is with just one swipe. But you know, if you pick it up on a big fluffy brush and, you know, tap off the excess, just like one dab, tap off the excess and apply it, and done. You know, no problems, no fussing, no having to put like foundation powder over the top to kind of try and blend it, nothing like that. I don't get how it can be so pigmented when you swatch it and yet sheer out so easily. I love that about this blush, and I have to get more of the Cheek Pop blushes in different shades. If they're all as good as this one is, yeah. Set for life. Next on the list is bronzer, and I don't actually wear bronzer. Yes, blonzer. No, that's not a thing. That's basically because I really love being pale, you know? I love how pale I am. I love flaunting that and playing it up, you know, with a really white highlight and stuff like that, and, you know, a sharp, cool-toned contour. So yeah, instead of bronzer, I went for my favorite contour, since contour isn't on this list. This contouring product is one that I've been using for about 2 years, and I still, despite trying a lot of makeup, like, I mean, that's kind of my thing, you know, I still haven't found anything that beats it, and it's the NYX Powder Blush in Taupe, this one here. I don't think you can get it in stores in Australia. I don't know whether we ever will be able to, you know, because stores in Australia tend to stock a very limited range of NYX, unfortunately. This is really easy to get on eBay, thankfully. I think mine cost me about $7 with free shipping, so thank you, eBay. I love that this is cool-toned enough without being grey. This one sits perfectly between the two, you know, it's not too cool, it's not too warm. It does the job perfectly for my skin tone, so yeah, if you have a similar complexion to me, I definitely behave wig! Yes, I definitely recommend checking this one out. It will not steer you wrong. So nice. My favourite highlighter is, ooh, wig really not behaving. Hello. What is this? It's a brand new wig, in case you couldn't tell. New wig problems. So, as I was saying, my favorite highlight, you know, my absolute ride or die desert island highlight, is an eyeshadow, and I'm sure you guys can guess which one this is because it's the highlight that I use in every tutorial, and you know, like anytime I'm asked what's my favorite highlight, this is it. It's the Essence Mono Eyeshadow in shade number 8, Apricotta or Apricotta, depending where you're from. And this is mine. You can tell it's pretty battered. It's the highlight I'm wearing today. I pretty much don't wear any other highlight, you know. My Merry Luminizer gets pulled out every now and then, but it just doesn't beat this, you know. Like, this is even more finely milled. There's no like glitter pieces in it or anything like that. It's just a perfect shimmery sheen, you know. It's just that beautiful iridescent light-catching hint. I also love that it's not stark white, so it is a little more on the subtle side, but you can build it up to be like a visible from space kind of highlight if you want to, and I have. But yeah, this also works as a day-to-day highlight as well. You know, if you want to tone it down, you can certainly do that. So yeah, for a ride or die product, it's, you know, it makes sense to go for something as versatile as this. Anyone who's watched my videos for a while will also probably be able to predict what my ride or die mascara is, and it is of course the Maybelline Lash Sensational waterproof mascara, this one here. Part of the reason why this particular one is my ride or die is the fact that I really need a waterproof mascara, you know, like 99% of the time because my eyes are so watery. But so many waterproof mascaras irritate my eyes, you know, they're very uncomfortable. This one isn't. It keeps your lashes quite soft and flexible, which I really appreciate. But it also does everything I want a mascara to do, you know. It gives me fantastic volume, a little bit more length, and it actually holds a curl, good, like even the non-waterproof version does. So yeah, this one just blows everything else out of the water for me. Ride or die lipstick, this was the easiest one out of everything. And I pretty much just was like, okay, lipstick, yep, that one. No question. And it's the NARS Audacious lipstick in the shade Anna. This is what their packaging looks like, and I don't know whether you can see, but some of the black on mine has actually started to scuff off because I've used this lipstick so much and it spends so much time, like, you know, rattling around in my bag, and yeah, it's been through a lot, so it's faring pretty well, frankly. Oh my god, that color is just everything for me. It's like the perfect neutral kind of mauve, I guess. This is also not a shade I expected to like. I ordered it online, thinking it would be a different color, because, you know, the pictures online aren't always accurate, and it depends on like how your phone or your computer monitor displays colors and that sort of thing. But I gave it a go. I never expected it to become like my ultimate holy grail lipstick. So yeah, I mean, I guess that really just goes to show, you know, try new things. You know, it's only makeup, it washes off. My ultimate ride or die liquid lipstick is the one I'm wearing at the moment, and it's the Colourpop Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Lumiere 2. It's this one here. Of course, you know, this shade was created by Kathleen Lights in partnership with Colourpop. And I mean, as I said before in previous videos, as far as I'm concerned, she can do no wrong. Like, I've absolutely loved everything she's come out with through Colourpop. But yeah, this is absolutely my favorite thing that she's done, and, you know, definitely my favorite liquid lipstick of all time. I mean, it's just perfect for my skin tone, and every color that I've had my hair has worked with this. Definitely a good staple lipstick kind of product to have in your collection, I reckon. Next on the list is gloss, lip gloss, and to be honest, I don't actually have a ride or die lip gloss. You know, if I didn't get to take one to a desert island or whatever, then I wouldn't feel like I was missing out. I'm not really a gloss person. If I just pick my favorite one of the ones I've got, that's not the same thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip over that one and move on to lashes, which is a lot more fun for me. I had to pick two for this because I wear corner lashes, you know, half lashes, and I wear full strip lashes. Less frequently, but I do wear them. So I had to grab my favorite of each. Both are from Ardell, and my favorite full strip lashes are the Edgy 403 in black. How pretty are those? Oh my god. I love how they flick out when you wear them, and that sort of gradual build from like the inner corner to the outer corner is so, I don't know, elegant. There's something just really glamorous about it. I just absolutely love how these look on. And my favorite corner lashes are absolutely hands down the accent lashes in 315 in black. These ones. Again, these are lashes I just keep coming back to, you know, like I might have a different favorite for the month here and there, but they always look great. You know, no matter what else is going on with my makeup, these just work. And they're not too overstated so that I can't wear them during the day, but they're glamorous enough that I can wear them out at night as well. So they cover all bases for me. They're just, yeah, ride or die. My Ride or Die eyeshadow palette, yes. This was also another difficult one to choose, but I mean, when I finally decided on one, I realized it couldn't really have been anything else. And the one that I went with is the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette. This is what the case looks like. And then when you open it up, ta-da! Good, so pretty. So many gorgeous matte neutrals. And you can probably tell by like how scruffy mine is, how well loved it is. I find myself using something in this palette pretty much every time I do my eye makeup, which really says a lot for it. You know, I mean, the shades in this are so, they're just absolute staples. Oh my god, especially for someone with hooded eyes. Like, as far as I'm concerned, this is like the ultimate hooded eye neutral palette because I mean, there isn't a single shade in here that I don't use, you know, they all get a workout. And I also love that, you know, I can go into this palette and do the rest of my eye look and then just, you know, put something shimmery on the lid and I'm good to go, you know, like these are shades that will work around any shimmery shade that I have in my collection, my massive collection of palettes. But having said that, you can also do such a wide variety of different looks just with this palette on its own. You know, I mean, you don't need a shimmery shade on the lid if you don't want it. So yeah, this really was the only possible choice for me. Nothing beats it. Kind of sounded like someone just dropped a piano outside. Life in an apartment building. Okay, so we're coming down to the last two now. The second last one is setting spray, and for me personally, out of all the different setting sprays that I've tried, and there are quite a few, nothing beats the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. The long-lasting version. This one here. It's so good. Oh my god. Good. Like seriously, nothing holds my makeup in place quite like this stuff does. Like, you know, products that wouldn't necessarily last all day on their own, you can make them last all day with this. And to me, that really says everything you need to know about this stuff, you know, like, yeah, like the makeup that I have on now, I've had it on for about 2 hours at this point. So, you know, it's still relatively fresh. But, I mean, by the end of today, you know, like when I come home and I've had dinner and I've done my editing and I'm ready to go to bed, when I take my makeup off, it's still gonna look like this, you know, pretty much. Like, you know, there might be a little bit of wear in terms of my foundation, but, I mean, you know, that's just what happens, you know, like, from my glasses or from touching my face, that kind of thing, that's unavoidable. But in terms of just the makeup itself staying in place, nothing's gonna move. And I love being able to have that confidence in my makeup, you know? That's what this stuff means for me, so yeah, nothing beats this. So the very last thing on the list is perfume. And to be honest, I've been using the same perfume for quite a long time now. I just haven't found anything else that I would rather wear. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised I haven't gotten sick of it, to be honest, but it just never gets old for me. And it's the Vera Wang Princess perfume with the super cute bottle. Gah. So pretty, with the little purple jewels. Gah. Yeah, I love perfume bottles. They're just, gah. So many of them are like little works of art in their own right, you know. It's kind of sweet and a little spicy at the same time. I have no idea what the notes for it are. I'll put them on the screen thingy. Up there or up there. Yes, I'm sure you can see them now. Personally, I don't tend to go for very, very sweet perfumes, so this isn't overly sweet. It just has that hint of sweetness. It's mostly sort of spicy, aromatic kind of scent. But the sweetness kind of adds some youth to it, I find. You know, it's not too grown up for me, you know, like with my personality, I need something sort of fun and vibrant, but at the same time, I don't want to wear the kind of perfume that I would have worn as a teenager, you know, so for me, this one strikes the perfect balance. So yeah, if that sounds like something that appeals to you, I definitely recommend checking this one out. Yeah, so pretty. Good. I so wish you guys could smell it, like, you know, through your phone or your, you know, computer monitor or whatever you're watching this on, because it's just so pretty. But yes, that brings us to the end of the Jaclyn Hill Ride or Die challenge for this video. As for who I'd like to tag, ta-da! So yes, consider yourselves tagged, and I hope very much to see your Ride or Die products up soon. As for everyone else watching, I would love to hear, you know, what some of your ultimate favorite products are in the comments down below. Yeah, you know, especially stuff like drugstore lipstick, because I mean, personally, I'm on the hunt for more really good drugstore lipsticks at the moment. So if you guys have like an ultimate all-time Ride or Die drugstore lipstick, I would love to hear about it, so yeah. Aside from that, thank you so much for watching, and I really wholeheartedly mean that every time I say it. I hope you guys are having an awesome week. Keep on being your awesome, gorgeous, chronically fabulous selves, and I shall see you guys in my Monday video. See ya!